Good morning, good evening, and everything in between. It's your favorite Disney dads here to keep you entertained from rope drop till final firework pop. It's always a good time in this kingdom, so adjust those ears and gather your snacks. And settle in, fellow Mouseketeers, because it's about to get magical. It's your favorite time of the week again, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for another episode of Dadventures Around the Kingdom. Cam, how are you doing on this lovely, lovely week?
How could I be bad, Stevie? I'm about to talk Disney. My Patriots are going to the AFC Championship for the millionth time in my young 30 years of life. Everything is coming up Cam Ramos right now, and I love it. I love it for me. I love it for you all. And if you're not a Patriots fan, you can love it for me. All right. And that's how it's going to go there. No, doing great. I got my Patriots polo on. I got my little Disney World 50th anniversary. I don't know if you can see this on the camera. 50th anniversary hat. It's going to be a great episode. And we're talking about my favorite thing in the world, food. So it's going to be a good time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, been watching the Patriots, and they are having a phenomenal season. For all of those that thought that we would be trash when Tom Brady decided to leave, it turns out, nah, we've got Drake May.
Hell yeah.
Kill it.
Let's do it.
We're rocking it. So we are going to go ahead and jump right into things because we have some great news. So we're going to kick things off with news with Cameron.
All right.
What you got?
So big news. Something that I didn't think I want, but the more I think about it and the more I'm reading articles about what changes are going to be happening, I'm all for this kind of thing. I just hate that it's only happening in one part. Big news came out last week that Star Wars Galaxy's Edge timeline will expand at Disneyland Resort. So this came out January 14th. So last week at the time of this recording, some huge things are happening. So right now, Galaxy's Edge in both Disneyland in the West Coast and Disney World in the East Coast at Walt Disney World, both parks are set in the sequel timeline. So that's the newest movies: Force Awakens, Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker. You got Rey, you got Chewbacca, you got BB-8, you got Kylo Ren, the First Order Stormtroopers, all that good stuff there. And as a diehard Star Wars fan, I've always loved that because right now there's no music. It's all just like the sounds of the canteen. It's supposed to be like you walked into this outpost, in this case, Black Spire outpost, and you're in the Star Wars world. You're making your own Star Wars story.
Yeah.
One of the biggest complaints I would say, and I have always internally agreed with this, but I've been trying to push back at the haters, is it's not that exciting of a land. The rides are fantastic there. There are cool things there. I love Galaxy's Edge, but Disney made this big promise when they announced Galaxy's Edge that it was going to be feel more lived in. You're going to have these characters. You're going to have like
that is true.
People interacting, like you're going to have costume characters selling you merchandise. It's been none of that. Everybody's a human, basically. They all talk in the Star Wars lingo. That's cool. But it's been the biggest failure of Galaxy's Edge. It doesn't feel lived in. And people go to Disney World, they hear Star Wars. They're not thinking of Rey. They're not thinking of Kylo Ren. They're thinking Luke, Leia, Darth Vader, Han Solo. That is who they're thinking of. And as a Star Wars fan I am, and I love the expanded access of the universe, I get it, right? For the everyday person, like my dad, he is like, who's this girl? Is that Leia? I was like, no, it's Rey, the new Jedi and stuff. And he was like, oh, Leia has a lightsaber. I was like, yes, but no, not that. That's not the same character. But yeah, she does have a lightsaber. But that's in 2 seconds in the last movie, and I can't explain it to the poor guy. This makes so much more sense for the every person, I should say, that no Star Wars. They're gonna be able to enjoy this more. So they're basically doing an expanded timeline now at Disney World, where they're gonna bring in these original trilogy characters, and instead of making the land more filled in with like the cast members being part of the story and making aliens, they're just going to bring these characters in, but also we're going to put the John Williams music in there. So instead of having the crazy sounds of it sounds like people bartering in the outpost, screw it. They're just going to give the John Williams music. And I've always thought like, no, I like the idea of I get to go into Star Wars and I get to be part of the story. I always like that idea. And I still do. I just don't think they made it work that great with Black Star Outpost. So I'm really happy to hear they're making these changes at Disneyland. My biggest gripe is they're not making these changes at Disney World. Disneyland's Galaxy's Edge.
Disneyland is the guinea pig.
They've been getting a lot of love in the last 2 years for Galaxy's Edge. They got all these new characters, whether it was Boba Fett, Mando, Ahsoka, all these characters, they always got those first. Slowly, some of these characters have come into Disney World. Like I remember I met Mando with the robot grill who freaking changed my life basically. But like I think I maybe saw Fennec Shand from the distance from the Book of Boba Fett and Mandalorian. But other than that, that was it. All these cool droids, like all that stuff was at Disneyland, and then they brought it here for like very limited times at Disney World. I'm hopeful this is a test pilot, see how this goes, and maybe bring it to Disney World. But Stevie, should I break down what is exactly happening, basically?
Yeah, but before you do, I was just gonna say, like, I think Disneyland tends to be more of like the guinea pig before they move it over. Mm-hmm. I don't know if maybe they just have a little bit more freedom IP wise in California to do things. Probably, again, because it's California, they probably have better actors that they can get
maybe
to play some of these, and it might be a little tough to get to train the right actors for it on the Disney World side. So it's like, let's get it down pack here before we move it over there. But yeah, there's so much, and I just, you explaining that, I just got this image of when you hear like, because there's a couple of like John Williams scores that are phenomenal. Mm-hmm. But Cam, just imagine walking up, seeing, you know exactly where I'm talking about, like where there's like those stairs before you get to the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
And you're kind of on that like little like lip, looking at the Millennium Falcon, and through the speakers, you just hear that bum, 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 and you're just kind of like, oh my God, this is it. Like that like background in the sand music, and you're looking at the Millennium Falcon. I feel like you might cry.
And here's the thing, I probably will, because that is one thing that Harry Potter does really well, or Universal does really well with Harry Potter, I should say.
Yeah.
The first time I walked into Hogsmeade and I saw Hogwarts Castle and Hedwig's theme was playing, I bawled my eyes out the very first time I saw it, because I felt there. And don't get me wrong, I did cry the first time I went to Galaxy's Edge too, because when I walked in and saw the Millennium Falcon, Lisa has a video of me like just straight up crying, because I was like, that's so cool. Like the ship I've always dreamed about, that the biggest I've ever seen it is literally my little like 1/10 scale action figure, bigger than that. But when I was a kid, like, holy crap, that's in front of me and it looks legit, and I'm in this village and I feel like I'm part of the story. How much better is that going to be when the main theme plays, when the Force theme plays, when Han Solo and the Princess theme play? Like, it's going to freaking hit me. And granted, this is in Disneyland, right? I don't foresee myself going to Disneyland, unfortunately, for a couple of years, probably for the 75th anniversary. So I got another 4 years till I go to Disneyland, maybe. So hopefully they bring us over to the East Coast too. If it's successful, as like I said, I've been kind of pushing against this thought of like, no, Galaxy's Edge is perfect. It's not. It hasn't been. I just, as a big Star Wars fan, have just wanted it to be perfect, so I said it. So I think these changes are going to be huge for it. So
you're just not a fan of change, Cam.
No, I'm not. This park's only been open since like 2019 or whatever it was. So but some big changes happening. So let's get into it a little bit, and then we'll get into today's topic. So shout out ChatGPT for summarizing the Parks Disney blog a little bit for me. So first thing, timeline expansion. So instead of just being set in the Resistance time period, we're going to have stories that expand from the Galactic Civil War, the New Republic, and the Age of the Resistance / the First Order area. Okay. So essentially where Rise of the Resistance is right now in Disneyland, that area is going to be in the timeline of the sequel trilogy, Rise of the Resistance and the First Order, basically. Right. So you'll still be able to see Rey roaming around there in that Resistance camp, in the forested area there. That's where she'll be. The marketplace area is going to be in the timeline of the New Republic. So you'll be able to see characters there like Ahsoka Tano, from, granted, she's from the prequel cartoon show, Clone Wars, but people know her live action wise right now from The Mandalorian and from Book of Boba Fett and from the Ahsoka show. So she'll be there, as well as Mando. So that'll be in the marketplace area. And then over on the other side of the area of the outpost where some of the shops are and where like the Millennium Falcon is, that's going to be the Galactic Civil War era. Okay. So in that side of town or the village, you'll be able to meet Darth Vader, who will patrol Blackspire Outpost searching for Luke Skywalker, accompanied by Imperial Stormtroopers. Basically the same gig that Kylo Ren is doing right now. But instead of looking for Rey, he's going to be looking for Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker will roam around that outpost seeking Force knowledge and artifacts. Leia Organa and Han Solo with Chewbacca will be reunited around the Millennium Falcon area. So that's going to be like I said, the Galactic Civil War period. Then we move to the marketplace. You got Ahsoka, you got Mando, you got Grogu. R2-D2 will roam around the entire Batu, according to this, which is cool because R2-D2 is the central figure that he's in literally everything from the beginning to the end.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. And then, like I said, Rey will hand out in the news, Resistance camp. We talked about the music. So instead of just the little sounds of the village happening kind of thing, you're going to have John Williams' iconic film score scenes. Some of the themes that they've already mentioned are going to be included. They've mentioned 6 of them so far. Main title, Force theme, Han Solo and the Princess, the Desert and the Robot Auction, the Emperor, and the Cantina Band, which will be heard in Oga's Cantina. Yeah. Shopping, they're going to change some of the shops. So instead of First Order cargo transport, it's going to be called Black Spire Surplus. And it's going to be a salvage style shop featuring artifacts from across the Star Wars history. The big thing I've been seeing a lot more, like instead of join the Resistance or join the First Order, enlist in the First Order, it's going to be like join the Empire, basically, enlist in the Empire. Don Gardendor's Den of Antiquities Antiquities, I can't talk today. Tough to do when you're on a podcast. Will feature a changing array of artifacts that reflect the broader timeline. So it always has kind of reflected a lot of stuff from the timeline, but now will be even more so, supposedly. And then Droid Depot will be operated now by an earlier generation of the Mubu family, and they're going to be prototyping BB-style droids while still offering build-your-own experiences. So in the original timeline, which is where Droid Depot is, right now you do the BB units, which is like the circular balls that roll like BB-8, and you can do R2 units, R5s, all those things. So now the storyline is like, because that doesn't exist technically in the original trilogy, hey, this is a prototype BB unit now kind of thing. So that's how they're changing the storyline. Rides and experiences. So Millennium Falcon Smuggler Run is still going to be there. The biggest thing is that Smuggler's Run is going to be changed to be Mandalorian Grogu theme, which we are getting in the West Coast too. So that's really cool. Rise of the Resistance will stay like sequel trilogy area because that's where they're going to keep that area of it. There'll be evening shows such as Shadows of Memory, a Skywalker Saga, and Fire of the Rising Moon, which have already been happening at Disneyland Park. Those are going to continue to be happening. Updates will appear gradually before becoming fully effective on April 29th, 2026. And these changes allow guests, aim to allow guests to experience a richer variety of Star Wars storytelling and characters in one immersive setting. So again, flooding the everyday person who knows Star Wars but doesn't know Star Wars, they can get into the fun knowing these characters now, especially since Disney went the route of not creating like a Tatooine or an Endor or anything like that. When they went with an original story. Now you can put that original story where, hey, these characters have visited this land, which they have been doing a little bit here and there through comics and through videos, or not videos, comics and storybooks and stuff like that, novels. So I'm jealous of Disneyland. I didn't think I would be when this news came out. And then the more I, like I said, I keep ruminating on it and think about it, it's freaking cool. Hopefully it comes out east. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's got to come out east. I can't see a world where this is successful and they don't decide to bring it to Disney World.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, like I said, I still stand by. I think it's just easier for them to get a hold of actors and whatnot, probably. But you can still get some cast members to make this happen over in Disney World.
And they used to, back in the day, they used to have the Star Wars nights where they'd have Luke Skywalker. Hey, here's the thing. I don't like the face characters for these characters. I've never have, because they look like dollar, like, no offense to anybody, they look like dollar score, like Luke Skywalker. Like, and that's nothing against them. It's just like anyone would look like dollar store Luke Skywalker if you're not Mark Hamill in 1977. That's just the way it is, kind of thing.
True.
So I get nervous with that stuff, but it's cool that they're expanding. I love the music. I like that they're going to change Oga's a little bit story-wise, put more. It's going to be cool.
Maybe the newer ones just seems a little better because, like, I think at Disney World, I saw Rey and I was like, she actually looks pretty close to Rey.
That girl I feel like she's been there for as long as I've been going to Galaxy's Edge. It's like, it looks like the same actor or cast member every single time. And she looks like a good, like at least a cousin of Daisy Ridley, and I'm like, that's a good one. That one's fine.
Yeah, she's pretty close, but
and then Vi is a completely original character that's only been featured on like artwork, so like anybody could look like Vi, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to look like like Vi's not a character in a movie that you have to look exactly like. So
true, but I agree.
Kylo has the mask, so that's easy enough to do.
Yeah, but I agree. I want to see some more aliens. I want to see some people with, green, blue skin, I want the tentacle dreads, and I get it. It might be difficult maybe to have them in every shop and stuff like that, but you can't put some of them in rides.
Yeah.
Like, give me on Rise of the Resistance. Imagine going into Rise of the Resistance and you have somebody there like dressed up as Thrawn. Oh,
that'd
my
be crazy.
God.
The chest would be crazy to have in there. But I like what you're thinking. The guy checking your seatbelts is like an alien. Looks like freaking Greedo.
Yeah.
Like that. It's not Greedo, but it looks like him, like one of those species.
Yeah, like you're in an air-conditioned place, which might make it a little easier because, yes, you probably have a lot of, you have, obviously you're not sitting in a chair for, 45 minutes to an hour to get ready, but like, even if it's just like a Halloween mask and you guys kind of touched it up a little bit, like you could do something. You can put some gills on and some blush to get it going. Like make it work. You guys can do this. Give it some Disney magic.
So that's the biggest Disney World-ish or Disney Parks news, there's to say, that's come out recently. And again, we're not just Disney Parks here, but I, as a Star Wars fan, I just need to share that one because I think it's a big deal. And again, I hope it does well there, so that way it can come here eventually down the line.
Yeah. Well, before we kick off to our next topic, we're going to take a little break so you guys can settle in on that juicy news that Cam just gave you. And we're going to come back and make sure that you all are ready to be our guests because we're about to set a table for y'all. Hey guys, it's Stevie from Dadventures Around the Kingdom, and it is that time of year where a vacation sounds so perfect. But I know it can be a hassle with all of the planning, with all of the bookings. It seems like it's more trouble than it's worth, but let me tell you, there is an answer out there. What if I told you that there is a travel agent that can help you with all of your bookings and make everything just a breeze so you get the trip that you've been wanting? Luckily for you, Dadventures Around the Kingdom's very own Cam is that travel agent. Cam and Remember Me Vacations is going to give you that vacation that you've always dreamed of. Personally, I've used Cam for my family vacation, and I can't see myself going with anyone else. So whether it's just yourself, a friend, or you're bringing the whole family, reach out to Cam and Remember Me Vacations and get what you need to have the most magical time ever. So you're probably wondering, how do I kick things off? Well, there's two ways to do this. One, if you're on Instagram, go to Magical Vacays by Cam and send him a direct message. He'll get back to you in no time at all and make sure that you get the ball rolling for something that you're never gonna forget. Or you can reach out to us at datkpod@gmail.com, and Cam will promptly get back to you and make sure that you don't have to wait a moment for what the family has been missing. So go ahead, grab your laptop, get started. You're just wasting time. Go have that magical vacation and something you're gonna remember for the rest of your life. Now, let's get back to the episode. All right, guys, it's time to set the mood, get ready, because we this week are going to be giving you what we would consider the perfect Disney meal. Now, to give you guys a little background on this, let's just imagine that for one day, you are the big cheese. You get to be treated like Walt himself. Whatever you want from any location, any Disney location, you can have at this king-size meal that you are about to sit down to. If you want something from over here, they'll get it for cast members will run and grab it for you. You want something from over there, cast members are going to pour it for you. But we're going to bring all of our favorites together for one holy grail of a Disney meal, and it's going to be absolutely delicious. Cam, what do you think about this?
I'm excited for this. So I like this idea. I think I came up with the idea, and this all comes down as like one of my favorite, like this is really morbid, I would say, but one of my favorite, like if I got nothing to talk about, here's a game I like to play. What's your death row meal? And what I notice whenever I play this game with people almost everything I pick is something from Disney World. Almost everything besides queso from Chili's. God bless Chili's. It's the greatest restaurant in the entire world. But a lot of stuff happens to be from Disney. So I was like, all right, let's build essentially. You had a very nice version. Your Walt, you can get anything you want. I always call this, what's your Disney World death row meal? You're on death row, your last meal. What do you want? How do you want it to be perfect between the setting, the appetizer, the drink, the dessert, the entree, the side? What exactly do you want from wherever you can get it? I love food. I love Disney food. It's one of my favorite things about Disney. Like, of course, I love the rides, I love the characters, but like, I look forward to 60 days out. Where are we getting our dinner reservations from? It's my favorite thing to plan about Disney trips. Like, all right, we are going to Magic Kingdom this certain day. And the reason we're going there is not because I want to ride Tiana's to Bayou Adventure that day. It's because I got a resi for Chef Mickey's, and I'm going to take the monorail over and make it perfect. So I can take the monorail to the Contemporary, eat, walk it off back to the Magic Kingdom, things like that. I plan my Disney days basically around where I'm going to eat. So food and Disney is a big thing for me. So
yeah. All right. So then again, I guess Cam, let's get it started. So Cam, I'm gonna need you to set the mood. Where are you sitting down for this meal?
That's a great question, CV. We are sitting down around, let's say like 8:15 or so p.m. We're sitting at Ohana's. We're not doing Ohana's as a meal, but we're using that location. We're going right next to the window where you get the firework view. And the reason I say 8:15 is that way, hopefully by the time we're done with this meal, give or take a little bit, fireworks will either be starting or like ending by the time we have dessert, basically. So I'm picking Ohana's is the location for the sit-down restaurant right next to the window, nighttime view of the fireworks in Cinderella's castle, where they're going to pump in the music for Happily Ever After into you. So that way you got that, or into the restaurant. So you got that nice little ambience, nice little setting there.
Ooh, that does sound nice. I mean, I've only been to Ohana once, and I gotta admit, I'd never really looked out the window. I was so busy looking at jazz and all the food that was on the table. I never even turned around to look out the window. Yeah, but I do like I like that where you're getting ready for the fireworks. You want a dinner that's not lit by candlelight, but lit by magical fireworks.
That's beautiful. With Happily Ever After playing in the background, it's the perfect location, I think, for this dinner that I'm gonna have.
Sorry, ladies, he is taken. He is setting up a beautiful, beautiful scene, but he is taken. Well, I'll go with mine. One of my favorite ambiance spots. So for me, the time of day really doesn't matter because it doesn't change in this restaurant. But put me in the coral reef right in front of the aquarium. I love just the blue of the water and all the fish going by. I just love watching that. And I think part of that is just one of my favorite memories of stopping there. The last time that we went with Jazz, she loved looking at the aquarium. Absolutely loved it. She was hooked to every fish, every turtle that went by. And so for my dinner, like I said, the time of day really doesn't matter because it could be midnight outside and that water is still going to be the same color blue. It doesn't change, but that's where I want to be. I want to be right in front of that aquarium, getting ready to eat the meal of my life. But Cam, you have anything to say?
Yes, yeah. I do. I'm not a PETA fan by any means. I'm not. I do think it's funny that people go to the fish restaurant with the fish swimming around and they're eating fish. And I always think of the line from Lilo Stitch. Do you know what tuna is? It's fish. I can't feed pudge tuna. That'd be an abomination. I think about that as people cutting out their fish, watching the fish, and the fish just singing like, oh, fuck you. And I kind of think that's me next. I'm on the plate soon.
Yeah, I mean, think about, I don't know, Cam, if you've ever been to like a Red Lobster, but them lobsters are staring at you. I'm not a lobster person.
Seafood. No, I don't have any problem with this. No, I think it's funny that happens. I like to think what the fish are thinking about. Like, gosh, shoot, I'm next. This sucks.
They took Jim. I think
about that sometimes. That's my little thing. No, great. I love a good aquarium, so I like this location. I really do.
Yeah, it's a beautiful location, and quite honestly, it's never really like booked. It's actually one of my favorite places to go when we're at Epcot, because when you're in a bind, even if you're, there's a festival and there's so much food around anyway, but if you're just like, I want to sit down somewhere, a lot of the other restaurants at Epcot can get packed fast, especially midday. Coral Reef, it's almost like it's so out of the way that people tend to forget that it's there and you can just walk right in. So it's like, it's definitely one of those places, like you come out of like the Moana enclosure and you just walk right down. And it's like, I don't think I've ever waited more than 15 minutes going there, which is perfect. But all right, well, now that we have our ambiance, we know where we're going to sit and have our meal. Cam, what are you ordering for your drink?
Yeah, so luckily, because I'm in the Poly, where I'm at is Ohana's, somebody's going to have to take a monorail over to Epcot, walk all the way to the back of the park, and go to the UK Pavilion to the Rose and Crown pub, where I'm going to ask for a Welsh Dragon. It's probably my favorite mixed drink at Disney. Not that I'm a big alcohol person, but I do like this drink a lot. Welsh Dragon, I don't know how to pronounce half these alcohol things. I'm not a drinker really, but I do like this drink. A Welsh Dragon is peach schnapps, liqueur, melon liqueur, cream de menthe. That's the one I don't know how that works. Liqueur.
From the menthe.
Thank you. An adult in the room can tell me what that is. Orange juice and pineapple juice. It's at the Rose and Crown pub. You can either get it when you sit down at the restaurant, or you can get it at the little pub bar area too to go. I love this drink. It was like the first alcoholic drink I ever got at Disney World when I was over the age of 21, and I love it. It's like a little minty, little zesty and fruity kind of thing. It's just really good. Does it pair with the meal I'm going with? Probably not. When you hear the rest of my meal, it probably doesn't pair with it. But if I'm going to pick a drink, it was either going to be a Coke Zero or it was going to be this. I picked this. So that's what I ended up going with. The other alternative I was thinking of was a blue milk from Galaxy's Edge. But that is more desserty to me than drink, because it's basically like a fruit smoothie milkshake. That just seemed too not as a drink. So I excluded that. But if you wanted to consider that drink, that could be another option for me. So like I said, it was between a blue milk, it was between the Coke Zero or the Welsh Dragon. I went Welsh Dragon. It's fun. It's good. Refreshing. Can't wait to get one in May.
I got to say, I completely forgot about the blue milk. I got a blue milk with some rum added to it. Oh, man.
Well, here's the thing, Steve. You haven't said your drink yet, so you could make that switch right now.
That was good. No. I know my drink because I get it every time I go to Epcot. So at my table, they won't have to go far, but I'm going to need someone to sprint. I'm talking high knees over to the Mexican Pavilion because I want an El Jefe margarita.
I knew that's where you're going with that.
Oh, I knew
that was going to be it.
So the El Jefe is pretty much just it's pretty much a bucket of frozen margarita, but it is a bigger version of what is originally the Fiesta margarita, which is strawberry, lime, and mango frozen marg swirled together. Essentially, it's layered. But yeah, this is a bucket. This is why this drink alone is why I always tell people that if you plan on drinking around the world, make a right, go towards Canada, do not start in Mexico, because you want to finish with that margarita in your hand. It is absolutely delicious on a hot day. And I know some people listening are probably like, well, a hot day and tequila don't mix. But if I'm finishing after a hot day, my feet are kind of sore a little bit, and I'm finishing off with that frozen margarita, I'm on cloud nine. I feel amazing. And I ain't found a food yet that don't go good with tequila. So I'm sitting down, I'm watching my fish, and I'm drinking tequila. And I have this beautiful El Jefe margarita. Cam, have you ever had one of the Fiesta margaritas from there?
I had a sip of yours, and I said, "No, thank you, sir." And I grabbed my Coke Zero again. But I didn't have a sip of yours. Did Katie get that one, or did she get a different one? I had a sip of one of your margaritas, and I said, "Nope," and I walked away.
She probably got the same thing. I mean, because I'm a big pina colada person, but usually, other than a pina colada. Yeah, usually Katie and I, we will go for Margs. We're big Marg people. My favorite Marg of all time would probably be like a Blue Moonlight, but I don't know of any place that has a Blue Moonlight. It's pretty much a blue margarita. But yeah, the Fiesta is I don't think every time I've gone to Epcot, I've gotten a Fiesta margarita or the El Jefe, just that bigger one. If I'm just kind of like, you know what, it's been a day and I just want to get one of these. It will have you tore up from the floor up. I
definitely had a sip of whoever got it. One of yours. I think there's a picture of me with it because people. Yeah, that was funny that like I don't drink margaritas. That he has a picture of me with one, and I said, absolutely not. All set. This will put me. Drag me. Oh, this week at the Patriots game, I saw a human dolly for somebody that was too drunk. That's what they have to put me in with. I had a whole margarita. And I thought it was a human freaking dolly to get me onto the Skyliner back to the Riviera. So no thanks. Yeah,
they are heavy-handed with the tequila, and those, if you are not careful, they will put you out. Luckily, I don't drink nearly as close as much as I used to when I was in college, but my tolerance still manages to stay pretty high. You know, don't drink any more than you need to, but I gotta keep it even. I gotta keep it up there. You know, you gotta train a little bit.
See, my tolerance stinks. So like if we ever, I would love to do sip around the world because I couldn't drink a full drink around the world, but I would like to take a sip of everybody else's drink from around the world so I could feel included.
Cam, one day I'm taking you out where we're either going beer for beer, shot for shot.
Buddy, I had 3 beers in Vegas. And I think Katie or Madison took a picture of me with my like head on the freaking bar top. Not drunk. I was just like, oh, I might not feel good a little bit, guys. I need a burger to wash this down with. Yeah, we're not going shot for shot, buddy. If we go shot for shot, I'm ending up. There's one thing I'm ending up is either in a bed or a hospital, or a bed in a hospital. That's it.
Don't worry, Cam. I will make sure you get home safely. I'll carry you home.
Let me soak up this alcohol with some with my appetizer, shall I?
Yes. So give us your appetizer, Cam.
All right. Luckily, this person who's going all the way from the Polynesian Resort at Ohana's to go grab my drink at the UK Pavilion. Next pavilion over, we're going to Canada. We're going into Les Celliers. The greatest appetizer in the entire world. This is on my death row menu meal every single time. Is the Canadian cheddar cheese soup from Les Celliers. I will scream this to the heavens. It's my favorite thing. You dip that little pretzel bread into it. Fantastic. It's my favorite thing is food and wine festivals. You don't need to go into Les Celliers.
Yes.
They have the miniature version of it at one of the like Canada booths, basically. So you don't have to actually sit down in the restaurant. I will guzzle down 3 things of these soup with the bread. It's my favorite freaking thing in the world. I know there's copycat recipes online. I suck at making it, so I need to go back there to get it. It's like I said, if you give me like an appetizer to choose from, it's this or the queso from Chili's. One of those two is absolutely on my death row meal. So I'm going to go Canadian cheddar soup. It's freaking fantastic.
I've never had this, but then again, to be fair, with a lot of food, I'm a texture person, and I've never been a soup person. I don't know. I think it's just
crazy. When it's like a almost 100-degree day, it's crazy to have soup. I understand that. It is freaking
to
have a soup in Orlando, Florida. I don't care. This soup is worth it. It is awesome. Like I get it's insane, but it is great.
Yeah, I've just never been a soup person. It's something about the liquid, but then there's also parts of it that I have to chew that just doesn't sit well with me. And so I've just never been a soup person. Like I've never. From time to time, Katie will do like tomato bisque or like chicken noodle. I don't even do chicken noodle soup. And just the idea of just things floating. And it's like, I'm supposed to do this. I'll go to, Japanese restaurants, stuff like that. And, like, I don't know if you've been to like hibachi and they give you like that ginger soup or whatever. I'm just kind of like, I don't know what to do with this because I don't like the idea of solids and liquids together. Yeah. And I'm supposed to just eat this. But there are quite a few soups, this one included, that I was like, it sounds delicious.
There's nothing in it. It's just basically like queso, basically. There's not a single thing in it. You just dip the little bread in it. There's nothing floating in it, nothing. There's no chicken. It's literally just a cheese soup. It's fantastic. You might like this.
Oh,
You might actually
okay.
legitimately like this. There might be like a couple little pieces of like onion now that I'm thinking about it, but nothing like you're not getting any big chunks of anything in it.
All right. I will pressure Katie into ordering this just so I can take a nibble. Because I wouldn't want to order it myself. Yeah, I wouldn't want to order it myself and just be like, I'm not feeling this. And then trying to hand it off to somebody. I'll probably hand it off to you.
I was so embarrassed in my honeymoon, but I wanted a second one. So I made Lisa order one and I ate it. And then the waiter's like, you could have just ordered it. I was like, yeah, but I felt embarrassed asking for it because, yeah, but I watched you eat 2 of them. I was like, yeah, you're right, man. Just leave. Like, go.
Stop watching me eat. Stop watching. All right. So my app, I'm going to need a cast member to take the long road to Disney Springs because my appetizer is going to be from Paradiso 37, and it is their Mexican crazy corn. I love Mexican street corn. I don't know why, but anytime I see it on the menu, specifically if it is corn on the cob, if it's just corn like in a bowl,
nuggets, yeah,
miss me with that. I want no part of it. I need that grilled corn on the cob with all the fixins, and I look like a toddler. I'm talking, I just go to town. I go feral. I got pieces of corn up on my cheek. I'm an absolute mess. I love street corn.
Yeah.
So this is one of those, and Paradiso is actually it's a very nice restaurant. I feel like a lot of times people walk by in Disney Springs and it looks kind of just like a bar type of area. Again, another spot to get some drinks, but their food is really good.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I was gonna say, I don't know if you've ever been there before, but it was something before it was Paradiso, which was also another Mexican or just Latin fusion type place. And Katie and I had gone there a couple of times before, but yeah, that street corn, I gotta have it. If I get to order the cast members around to do whatever I need, y'all are getting me some street corn. I might need 2 appetizers. Y'all need y'all to get me 2 things of street corn because it's so damn good.
Hey, they're already there. Might as well get a second one for you.
Exactly.
What's next? Side?
All right. So yes, the next one is going to be your side, Cam. Cool. So before you give us our entree, what is going to be on the side of your main dish?
So at least we're staying in Epcot. That's nice. I'm a big Epcot food guy, but I do feel bad because they're going to have to make this off hours. It is the breakfast potato casserole from, somebody told me that's how it's pronounced. They pronounce it Akerhush. I've always called it Ocker House. I know that's not how you pronounce it, but that's what I call it. Ocker House Royal Banquet Hall. Again, I know that's not how you pronounce it, but the Norway restaurant where you can meet the princesses for breakfast right outside of Frozen Ever After or whatever that ride's called. Frozen.
Yep.
Frozen Ever After, for sure.
The Frozen ride.
I had these for the first time this past March on my birthday. We went to Ocker House for the princess family style breakfast thing.
Yeah.
This potato casserole is like this cheesy potatoes. I was eating these by the scoop, and because it's family style, they bring you more. I ate so many potatoes that thank God I was in Disney World eating them because I was able to walk them all off. It was embarrassing asking for a third little thing. I'm like, I need another thing of these, man. Like this mixed with I put a little bacon crumbs in there was awesome. Again, does my meal make sense? Does it complement each other? No, but I don't care. Because it's what I like about each separate thing. Like,
oh yeah,
a lot of cheese. I'm going to be, the bathroom at the river is going to be in shambles when I get back. A lot of cheese in this meal, but I don't care. We're getting the cheddar cheese soup for the app. We're getting these cheesy breakfast potato casserole thing for my side. That's going to go with my entree. That makes no sense why it's together, but that's my side.
Now, would you want those potatoes delivered to you by a princess or?
I'm not picky. I'm picky enough that I'm saying, give you this breakfast item for dinner at 9:00. So I'm picky. I'm not that picky, I'm not going to be that picky.
Not gonna be that guy. All right. I mean, nothing wrong with that. I'm excited to check out Ocker House.
That's definitely not how it's pronounced. So whoever wants to like scream at me, it's pronounced this. I'm sorry. I suck with words. Okay. So
Onkahus. I'm just trying to think like how maybe it would be said, like Onkahus.
I have a friend Allison who told me how it was pronounced, and I was like, I'm just gonna call it what I've been calling it since I've been 8. So I'm just gonna think about that. But I appreciate her telling me the real way how to say it. I should know that as a Disney travel agent. I should know this. I think some people get a kick out of me saying Ocker House because I'm like, yeah, I know it's wrong, but like, listen, my parents are immigrants. I don't know words. Let's just let me have this.
Yeah, but yeah, I can't wait to try all of these next time I go to Disney and get to check out Ocker House and
this one I'm nervous
try some of these foods.
I am nervous
really
because I was actually saying this today to somebody. So we're talking about like I told one of my coworkers, Ashley, like my favorite book. I was like, this is a book that if you like it, I want to talk to you about it. If you don't like it, I will not accept any criticism. You're allowed to have your criticism. Is I don't want to hear it because like I will be a jerk to you if you don't like this book. If you don't like the cheesy potato breakfast thing that I've had one time in my life, I don't want to hear it. Just tell me, don't even tell me you didn't like it. If you don't tell me anything, I know you don't like it, but I just don't want to hear those words because I will fight to the death for these potatoes. So that's how I'll know if you hate it, is if you don't bring it up to me, or you either like it, love it, or you just don't talk to me about it. That means you hate it. And that's fine. I will not accept any criticism for this meal. Unless you have like a hair in it or something. If there's something specifically wrong with it, but if you tell me like those weren't great, you're wrong in my opinion. So don't even talk to me about it.
Oh, Cam giving me another button to press. Well, all right. Well, I'm going to give you my side. I feel like you've probably had these before. Actually, I think you have had these before because I'm pretty sure the last time that Katie and I went to Disney before Jazz was born, you recommended this side.
God,
but I'm going
food here.
I'm going with, and it's not like anything over the top. I'm going with the Parmesan truffle fries from the Boathouse. Delicious.
Yeah, those are bomb. Those are bomb. Is this your only Boathouse? There's no way this is only your Boathouse, right? Because I'm gonna be shocked if your entree is not from the Boathouse.
Yeah, this is the only thing from the Boathouse.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I love the Boathouse. I love the Boathouse.
Wow. I was gonna absolutely say you're gonna have an entree from the Boathouse. So you having a side from there, it is a great side. I just wasn't expecting it to Boathouse to come out as your side. I really thought it was gonna be your entree. Continue with your love of truffle fries because they are absolutely fantastic.
Oh yeah, those truffle fries, and because it's one of those things of a lot of times, like with especially you put the Parmesan on with like the truffle, like oil and whatnot that they end up putting on the fries. A lot of places do it, but the fries can get really soggy. Somehow the Boathouse manages to keep them perfectly crispy.
I agree.
Which is just an art form. The chefs at the Boathouse are angels. They are monks that went to the Himalayas and learned how to make the perfect French fries. I love, like I said, the Boathouse. Overall, the Boathouse is probably one of my favorite restaurants in all of Disney. I love the Boathouse from their drinks to the food, all of that. But if I'm making my perfect meal, I'm taking the fries over anything else. Those truffle fries, Parmesan truffle fries, because the regular fries are good, but then when you add the Parmesan truffle to it, it's chef's kiss. It is so. I could eat 3 baskets of just these fries alone. I've gone through 2 baskets of just these fries, like just waiting for like the rest of my food. So yeah, this is the only thing from the Boathouse that's going to be part of my meal here. Yeah. But those truffle fries are a must.
Hell yeah. Where are we at? Entree?
So now we move on to our entree. This is the main event of our meal. Cam, what is going to be the creme de la creme, the main event of your, as you put it, your death row meal, your last supper.
So this is a part of my if I'm Walt Disney supper, and it's a part of my real life death row supper. Again, I this meal together doesn't make sense on paper, but I don't care. It's my favorite things. I feel like I've talked about my love for this restaurant on this podcast. I don't know. People outside my real life know this is like my meal. I think they do at least. It's the country fried steak from Chef Art Smith's Homecoming at Disney Springs. I freaking love this restaurant. It's almost impossible to get a reservation, but it doesn't matter because it's the easiest walk-up restaurant to get to. I was actually told by a cast member once, I don't know if this is true or not, but this one cast member told me this, that it's hard to get a reservation because famous people like to eat there. So they hold a lot of tables in case a famous person shows up. And that's why it's so easy to get a walk-in, because they never actually fill out the full reservation. Again, maybe that guy was completely lying to me and having some fun with me, but I believe it because every time I go for like a reservation, I can never get one, but every time I can easily walk in, and they're like, if it's 4 people, they're like 10 minutes. When I went in July, they're like, dude, you can go in there right now. Because I was like, I saw there's no reservations. Can I come in? He goes, we have empty tables upon tables upon tables. This is how we do it. We mostly do walk-ins. So I was like, sick.
Where is this again?
It's in Disney Springs. Oh God, area-wise, Disney Springs so freaking confusing for me now. It's like, it's kind of ish towards like the balloon area. So like if you're looking at a map of Disney Springs, I would say it's closer to like the middle. It's not in the marketplace, but it's pretty close to the marketplace, but in like that middle-ish section there.
Okay.
It's my favorite restaurant on Disney property, hands down.
It's like just past Boathouse, but like before you get to like
the Marvel superhero store.
Okay, yeah,
like
yeah.
Between
okay.
that area, whatever that area is called now, it used to be. Well, I don't even know what they used to call it back when it was downtown Disney, but it's in that area basically. Actually,
okay.
I don't know off the top of my head. It might be kind of near Paradiso 37.
Possibly, like, yeah. There's so much stuff over there. It's kind of hard.
But yeah, it's. I would say it guns in my head, and again, I could be wrong because I'm not looking at a map right now. It's like in between the balloon and like that area of the strips where it's like the soccer store, the Marvel superhero store, all that area kind of thing.
In my head, I feel like it's like right across from like Joffrey's or something.
It absolutely could be. It might be next to the movie theater. It's definitely not next to the movie theater, but it's my favorite restaurant on Disney property. It's my favorite meal. Part of it making my favorite meal is all the other sides that come with it, like the cheddar drop biscuit that comes with it. But I didn't want to pick a whole meal that was all just the same meal I got at Chef Art's Homecoming, and I wanted a little variety. Yep. In reality, the whole meal with the sides, the baked potato, the green beans, that whole thing makes the meal. But the country fried steak is freaking phenomenal there. It's so good with the gravy, the white gravy. It's awesome. So that's my entree for my meal.
I gotta say, I've never had, and I've heard this from tons of people, I've never had country fried steak before. And I love steak. Mm-hmm. I think it's just, I've never had fried steak.
Some places suck. Like Texas Roadhouse is okay. Like it's very salty because it's got a chain restaurant. But this is freaking the tastiest. It's awesome. It's so good. And the gravy makes it so freaking delicious. It's awesome. It's such a freaking calorie inducer. But again, you're walking around Disney. It's fantastic. I love Chef Art Smith's Homecoming. I love everything about that meal. But I'll take the entree from this if I'm going to be doing a mismatch of Disney meal stuff.
I mean, let's be honest. If this is our last meal, we're not really worried about calories. Yeah. Best case scenario, y'all are gonna have to put me in a coffin the size of Chef Gusteau from Ratatouille. Yeah, like put me in like a piano case or something. Because we eating good. I'm gonna have to try country fried steak. I've never had it before.
Let's go Outback one of these days. No, Outback. What the hell is it called? Forget Texas Roadhouse. Just so you can try it.
And everyone that I've ever talked to that has like mentioned it has said that they love it. Like it's one of their favorite meals. And just kind of, I've never even thought of ordering it, to be completely honest. All so
right. We're gonna get sitters one of these days. We're gonna go, like I said, it's not the greatest one in the world, but we're gonna go to Texas Roadhouse, double date. Us and the girls, it'll be great.
Yeah, have to.
And not the girls, I mean the wives, because like I want to enjoy this thing. I don't want to have to watch it.
I don't want to share.
Yeah, I don't want to share mac and cheese to a 3-year-old that doesn't want to do anything besides play. So,
all right. Yeah, so my entree. that surprise is going to surprise you because yes, it is not from Boathouse, which is still one of my favorite places, but it is. And I wrote this down so that way I can pronounce it correctly. The Nihonbachi Premium from Teppan Edo in Epcot. So essentially, and this, I've only had this once because goodness, it is an expensive entree, but it is hibachi plate of Wagyu steak, which on its own is crazy expensive. And essentially like teriyaki grilled chicken.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you ever had Wagyu steak before. Teppan Edo, I've had it at a few different places. Teppan Edo does it very, very well. They cook it very well for like 4 or 5 ounces of it. So this hibachi plate is like $88. Yeah. Like I said,
chicken sandwiches from Connections that I can get instead.
I've only had it once because we went and I was like, ooh, Wagyu steak sounds amazing. I've never had it. And I'm one of those kind of vacation people where I'm just kind of like, you know what? F it. We're on vacation. I'm going to have a good time. Let me get the Wagyu.
Yeah.
And it was, I would say, arguably the best steak I've ever had in my life. And I eat, when it comes to meat, I eat like a caveman. And this was the best thing I may have shed a tear taking this first bite.
I love that for you, buddy.
And you would have seen me sitting there taking that first bite, and that tear would just fell and sizzled on the hibachi, just right there. I was like, "This is beautiful."
Tower explode.
Yeah. And then I got the bill for it, and there were more tears. But I was like, you know what? It was worth it. This was a one-time thing. I got to do it. But yes, this was that is going to be my entree. The Nihonbachi Premium Hibachi plate from Teppan Edo. You feel just going into Teppan Edo at Epcot, you feel like you're walking into like an emperor's palace.
Mm.
It is a beautiful place.
My parents love that place. They love going with their friends Debbie and Ray. They love it there.
Oh yeah, it can get very pricey, but the food is amazing. And I've always loved hibachi. It was something my dad and I used to go to hibachi like for every birthday and stuff like that. And so like now, Katie and I, we don't really go to, like, there's not really a whole lot of great hibachi places in Mass. There's a few here and there, but this one, creme de la creme. This is my go-to. That's the entree right there.
Oh, yeah.
You got to try it one time, Cam.
Probably not, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's give you every good meal ends with the greatest thing in the world, dessert.
Yes.
Talk about our desserts for this thing. And then I have a couple, like, not honorable mentions, but here are some that like I was debating between. But let me get my dessert first.
Yes. What is your dessert?
Super simple. We're at the Poly. You can get this from downstairs. It's the pineapple and vanilla swirl Dole Whip. It's classic. I freaking love a Dole Whip. It's the greatest dessert ever. My favorite thing to get at Disney World in general. So yeah, we're gonna finish off. Hopefully the fireworks by the time this meal is ending. The fireworks have started by now. We get my Dole Whip. I'm crying because Happily Ever After has a beautiful soundtrack. I'm crying because Dole Whip tastes fantastic, and I just ate a great meal. And they have to roll me down the elevator, down the staircase at the Poly, throw me in a freaking bus or a minivan probably, and we'll get back to the Riviera somehow, some way, with some pixie dust and magic.
Beautiful. I mean, you can't go wrong with a good Dole Whip. Dole Whip is...
And I specifically like the pineapple vanilla swirl, specifically. Like, has to be that.
Yes. Is it the one that's in... Is it Fantasyland?
No, this is in Aloha Isles in Adventureland, but you can get that there. You can
Adventureland, that's where it is.
Downstairs at the Poly, like it's right next. You can get it. You can get it a bunch of places. Like you can even get this at like freaking Animal Kingdom, honestly.
Yeah. Well, because I think we've had this obviously off the pod. We've had this conversation before. I think the last time we were at Disney, and I was like, I mean, you can get a Dole Whip at a couple of different places around Disney, and you were like, no. This spot next to the Tiki House, this is where I get my Dole Whips.
That's the one that comes. I don't think they still make that one anymore. That's the one that came with the upside down cake pineapple pop cake pop. That's why I like that one specifically. There is also one right at the entrance of Adventureland. That's an orange one, the I Lava You float. That's the one that's the Pop Rocks in it. I don't know if you remember that one, if that's the one you're thinking of.
I like that one.
The orange and vanilla twist with, I think it's like Fanta soda and the Pop Rocks. That's a good one too. But I went with classic Dole Whip in this case.
Yeah. All right. So I actually have 2 desserts because I wanted to put them on the same plate and just really pig out. So for the first half of the dessert, because you got to have some ice cream. Mm-hmm. It's one that should be no surprise to anybody, but the croquet glacé from, and I always have trouble saying this, Les Artisans de Glacé.
France.
Which is Pavilion. France Pavilion. For those that do not know what it is a warm pressed ice cream sandwich. You choose whatever ice cream you want from there. It still confuses me why they use ice cream and not gelato, because in France they have gelato, not ice cream. But you pick your ice cream, you pick your syrup, like it's usually strawberry, chocolate, or caramel. And then they put it in a brioche bun that they bake fresh. They close it so the outside is nice and warm, but you bite into it and the inside is perfectly cold. One of my favorite desserts.
Yeah, you love this thing.
Of all time. That is a must, another must when I go to Epcot. So it's like, again, after a long day at Epcot, when I'm leaving, let me get my ice cream sandwich and let me get my giant margarita. And I am a happy puppy for the rest of the day. I don't need anything else. But so that's the first part. The second part is an artesian s'more from the ganachery. I don't know. I think you did get a chance to have one of these because I think I was talking to you the last time we were at Disney together. And I was like, you got to try this s'more.
Yeah, I think I tried this.
They're so good. The ganachery, their chocolate is very well made. It's beautiful. The s'more with that giant like chunk of marshmallow, but then it's sandwiched in between these like it looks almost like dark chocolate, but it's just like almost like pure milk chocolate. And they put the blowtorch to it and everything. It's the perfect s'more.
I like that.
I mean, it is the perfect s'more, but you give me the ice cream sandwich and give me the s'more, and I might have a bellyache for the rest of the night.
Definitely would.
But I'm ready to sleep it off. I'm gonna love every single bit of it.
Stevie, did you have anything you were debating between for any of these? Because I had a couple.
I did, but you go ahead. You give me yours first.
So my entree was always gonna be the country fried steak, but I was, for a fleeting thought, did think about the cheeseburger bao buns from Satuli Cantina in El Kingdom at World Pandora. That was up there. And I had a lot of desserts that I was choosing from. So I was between like the make your own popcorn from Main Street Confectionery, where you could put like the M&M pieces of syrup. I love that. I was thinking about the Pop-Tart thingy. I forget what it's called, but the Pop-Tart thingy from Woody's Lunchbox was an option. I obviously talked about bringing up the blue milk. I don't know if this would be considered a side or an app, but the curry seasoned corn from Animal Kingdom at the Harambe Market right outside the Kilimanjaro Safari. It's like that grilled corn that they put that curry seasoning on top.
Oh, okay.
Oh, freaking amazing. So those are some of the things I had in my thing. And then for it also side, the mac and cheese from Polite Pig was also a consideration, but I ended up going breakfast potatoes. Mac and cheese would have made way more sense with my country fried steak, though. I will say that.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, I had ribs from the Polite Pig as a possible entree because I really liked their ribs. I've been there only once, but their food, I was like, this is actually really good. Kind of the same with desserts. I was like, kind of going back and forth. A milkshake from Ghirardelli's.
Yeah, that's a great pick. Oh my God, see, that's a great freaking pick, buddy. That's a good one.
I was so on the fence because I was like those milkshakes are heavenly. Like I'll get like I think I got last time I got like a peppermint something milkshake, and it was so good. Like the fact that they put the Ghirardelli like chocolate shavings on top with the whipped cream. Oh my God, I'm pissed off right now. I don't have one of those milkshakes. I am very angry that I got to go upstairs and all I got is Ben and Jerry's. But yes, I had that on. I almost, instead of the truffle fries as a side, I almost put the giant cinnamon roll from Gaston as a side.
I was surprised that wasn't on yours. I was surprised. I also thought you liked the LeFou's brew. Did you like that? The apple, or maybe Katie liked that actually.
Katie loves the LeFou's brew. I'm half and half on them. I'm okay because again, it's really just
crushing those cinnamon buns.
Oh, I could eat like 2 or 3 of those. I love those cinnamon buns. They are absolutely delicious. And then as far as drink, and I also was a part for the location for as far as ambiance goes. And I'm spacing on the name, but what was the name of the Italian restaurant that we went to, Cam?
Via Napoli.
Via Napoli.
Pizza was also a consideration for me there. A pepperoni.
Oh, there. Via Napoli, but more importantly, because I keep it stocked at home, the wine.
I know you love that wine.
I love that wine. For people at home that don't know, so the last time that Cam and we brought our families to Disney, Cam set up a lovely lunch for us to go to Via Napoli in the Italy Pavilion at Epcot. And while we were there, first thing that I loved, maybe it's because we had kids, but when you first walk into Via Napoli, it looks like a madhouse. There's people everywhere. They walked us into the back. I felt like a mob boss. Like take me to the back where it's nice and quiet. Like I said, I felt like I was in like The Sopranos or The Godfather. Like I don't sit with the peasants. I got my own spot, my own table in the back.
That's what that there was awesome back there, dude. That was great.
Yeah, it was beautiful to sit back there because no distractions. You don't have waiters constantly running all over the place with food and everything. I was like, this is perfect. So that was one place that I was like, that would be perfect for an ambiance because I really loved it. But they have this sweet Moscato white wine.
Yeah.
That I've never been a big wine person, but I could drink a whole bottle of this wine. And ever since that day, I took a picture of it because I asked the waiter maybe 2 or 3 times. I was like, what is the wine? They finally just brought out the bottle and was like, this is what it is. I took a picture of it.
Airdrop that to me. That's good.
And I found it. So there's a couple of places near us that sell this wine. Luckily, again, it's Disney, so they have the inflation. I think at Disney it was like $8 a glass or something like that. For $13, $14, you can get the bottle.
Yeah, it's a cheap bottle, but it's delicious.
They have it at Roche Brothers.
Yeah. And
the Roche Brothers that I'll go to, a lot of times they'll have it like on a sale. So I can get 4 or 5 for like the price of 3.
I haven't bought this in a couple of years. I forgot about this wine until right now.
Oh,
I might buy a bottle this weekend. Might crack that open this weekend.
I keep it. We have the wine fridge. I keep it in the wine fridge because I'm like, you never know. Sometimes it might just be like, you know what? Cam, it was a long Saturday at gymnastics and maybe it was a rough time getting down for a nap. Maybe they didn't nap. So it's like, all right, we got halftime didn't go great and we got a rough second half ahead of us.
Yeah.
You finally get the girls down and it's like, you know what?
Wine.
I just need a little something. Let's order some takeout and I'm going to grab Katie and I, we still, to this day, I still don't like ever remember the name of it. We just call it Epcot wine.
Yeah, I love that for you. I love that. This is the one from Epcot.
Yep, this is Epcot wine. And we will just crack one open, and, watch one of our shows, eat our takeout, and split a bottle. It was hard for me to not put this wine on the list. But then I was like, but when I think about the margarita from the Mexican Pavilion, I'm like, I gotta have that margarita.
Especially when you have the wine here too,
Yeah. Like I can get that wine anywhere, but that margarita I can only get at Epcot. But yes, those were the things that for me, I was like, all right, I want to get them on the list, but I don't think it's going to happen. You give me, like I said, the cinnamon roll from Gaston's. What's it called? The Epcot wine and sitting at Via Napoli. Those were ones that I was like, and then a milkshake from Ghirardelli's.
Cool.
Yeah.
Stevie, before we wrap up, should we just run through our list one more time real quick?
Yes. So give us your full meal from the location to the dessert one last time.
My perfect Walt Disney World meal. Ambience / location, we got Ohana's at night, facing Cinderella's castle during the fireworks. My drink, a Welsh dragon from the Rolling Crown pub at Epcot. My appetizer, the Canadian cheddar cheese soup from Le Cellier at Epcot. My side is the breakfast potato casserole from Ocker House, Royal Banquet Hall. My entree is a country fried steak from Chef Art Smith's Homecoming at Disney Springs. And to wrap it all, my dessert is a pineapple and vanilla swirled Dole Whip from wherever you get Dole Whips from in Disney World, whether it's Aloha Isles, you get them in Poly, anywhere you get them. That's my meals.
Beautiful. And then for myself, the location, we are at the Coral Reef Restaurant at Epcot, sitting in front of the beautiful, beautiful aquarium. For the drink, you are getting the El Jefe Margarita from Choza de Margarita in Epcot, the Mexican Pavilion. For your appetizer, we're getting the Mexican Crazy Corn from Paradiso 37 in Disney Springs. For the side, we're getting the Parmesan truffle fries from the Boathouse in Disney Springs. And then for our entree, we are getting the Nihon Bachi Premium Hibachi Plate, which is the Wagyu steak and chicken from Teppan Edo in Epcot. And we are wrapping it all up with croquet de glace from the L'Artesian de Glace, which is the ice cream sandwich in a brioche bun. And then on the side, the artesian s'more from the ganachery.
I'm excited to hear the reactions for this video in this podcast.
Yeah.
What do people have is there? So definitely let us know in the comments, message us, all this stuff, because I'd love to even share those maybe in the next episode. What is your perfect Disney World meal? And you may not have a full meal, but like say, this is my drink, this is my app. We'd love to know that. Throw that down in the comments. We got to know what your perfect Disney World meal is. And if it's stuff we haven't tried, we got to try it in May. I think we owe it to the people to do a little taste.
Yes. Give us your list. Give us your recommendations. We all love to eat. I mean, we just sat here for, let's be real, 45 minutes telling y'all how we are fat little Disney piggies.
There we are. Oink, oink, baby. Oink, oink.
But I ain't scared of it. I'm going to have the tummy ache of a lifetime after this. But you know what? While my tummy is grumbling and fighting back, my tongue is going to be happy about what it just went through.
Oh yeah, buddy. It's been a fun one.
Yes, this was fun. So before we sign off, as always, everyone have a wonderful day. Have a great weekend. And as always, keep it magical.
See ya.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Dadventures Around the Kingdom. You can listen to the pod on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. You can also find us on our Instagram at Dadventures Around the Kingdom. If you have any ideas for future episode topics you'd like to hear, be sure to DM us on Instagram or email us at datkpod@gmail.com. Again, that's datkpod@gmail.com. If you want to follow our host Stevie on Instagram, you can do that at StevieJenko. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can also do that by following at Magical Vacays by Cam. That's my travel agency page if you're interested in booking Walt Disney World or Disneyland vacation at no additional cost to you. Feel free to DM me on there so we can definitely talk and I can get you a free, no obligation quote. Again, thanks for listening to Dadventures Around the Kingdom. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.